progress to the next level, isn't it? And that's what we are all doing, is creating an opportunities for you at this place. But to be very honest, without you, this journey cannot be completed. We can bring here Britannia hotels like today, we can bring Barclays, we can bring KPMG, any companies you willing, we will bring it. We are already doing it, you can see. But the thing is, your intention should be very clear. And I think when someone is speaking, we need to listen. That's the first thing. I've done 2 masters in this country, doing doctorate as well. You've got lecturers, you've got all staff here. One thing to be successful, one thing is listening. One person is speaking and rest listening. This is very important. If someone is speaking and you're not getting it, it doesn't mean you start talking to the next person. You keep it with you on the note. Is it clear? Yes, sir. Very important. I told you and you're still doing it. I will be very thankful. I'm again requesting you, because reason is I want to make sure, or we want to make sure as a college, this guest speaking event will not finish here. We want to go to the next level. We are in the conversation with Britannia Hotel. You know how big is Britannia Hotel, right? It took us 3 months to bring him here just for 1 hour. You can imagine the effort which college is putting behind it. It's not easy. Why someone will come here and talk to you for what? They're so busy, right? They are on very high pay scales. They have 65 hotels across UK. And they don't have a time to come in. It took a lot of effort, so many meetings, explaining about you, about the institute, what is the vision, and that's what we convinced them, and they said, okay, let's come and talk to your student and let's see how your students look like in terms of potential, you know. What will happen afterward if this guest speaking event goes successful? Then we have a follow-up meeting next week, which I will be coming again 25th here in Birmingham and Coventry. And then we will be signing an agreement for the placement, for the career and for employability. It's not just about placement. I'm sure at some point you need some kind of a better job titles. And remember, hospitality and tourism and hotel industry is so big. It's very big. Beauty of this hotel industry is there are all job titles available. From supervisor to team leader to manager to executive, any title, because it's a big industry. So what will happen today? We have, you can see on the poster, we have Mr. Mathur. He's a manager at Britannia Hotels, and he's also training for sister hotels for Britannia Hotels for many years. He will give us a little bit of introduction to yourself, and you will get an idea what is his background. So we are very thankful he's here. I will invite in a few minutes to him. So he will give you a little bit of exposure today, how the industry operates, why hotel industry is good, what exactly is the career for you, and how can you take this degree to the different levels of the hotel. Because I think you know better than this. You're doing a business degree, correct? Right? Business management, isn't it? So business can be any business, isn't it? You agree with me? It's not just about one company. Like you don't want to work for one sector. It can be any sector. Everything is a business nowadays, isn't it? So that's why we are trying to create this exposure for you.
It's fantastic. So hotel industry is all about welcoming the guests, a quality service, and be confident. Be a good listener. I hope you'll be a good listener, sir. You must have some different ideas what you want to do in corporates and hotels, but I will talk about the hotel industry here. With hotel industry, I've been working with Britannia Hotels for the last 5 years, and I've been working in hotel industry for my communication. Be a good listener during your interview as well. Give your ideas. You're during the interview. It doesn't mean you can't give your ideas. What you have learned here, just explain. Be clear in your communication. Your communication is clear. You're confident. You're smiling. That's your first step. Language, fine. They're not bothered. We've got all sort of management roles, and they are. You won't believe, half of our senior management teams are from European background. Sometimes you can't even pronounce, but they're IT head, financial controller, business head. So what you know, what your job, you should be very much clear. I'm good in this. give you ideas during the interviews. They'll ask you 10,000 questions. You need to know their business. You need to know what you're going into. You're clear in your communications. You understand what they're asking. They should get this message, yes, I've got this problem. Somebody is there to listen to me. I've explained things to them and they will resolve the problem. So hotel industry is amazing. For me, the best. And another thing, in hotel industry you get like international students we've got here. We get international guests there as well, from all over the world. We talk about Australia, America, Europe, Asia, Middle East. And you get to know different cultures as well. The language barrier, sometimes, but that's not the main issue. If you understand them, they'll understand you. Sometimes they are trying to say something with the body language, with signs, like there are guests from China, they can't speak English, you have to deal with them. You've got people from Asia, they can't sometimes speak English, or if they speak English, you have to understand. That's the best interesting part of this industry. And a good place to be in. It's all years or 2 years. You get to know something new. You don't know what sort of guest is going to come in front of you, what sort of situation you'll be in next 1 minute. You'll be talking to somebody who's being difficult for some room. At the same time, if you speak to another guest, they are happy with the same room. So you don't get bored with hotel industry. And this is why I've been in hotel industry for the last 13 years. Currently, I'm working with Britannia hotels from last 5 years, as I said, and we've got 65 hotels all over the UK. City center hotels, seafront hotels, and airport hotels. So about 10,000 rooms we've got altogether.
Wow.
Yes. And it's a big responsibility for all of us as a team to keep our guests happy. That's the main goal. Regardless what sort of complaints they've got, they're not happy, they're difficult, how you deal with the situations. So like I was saying, be a good listener.